presentation today. I'm really excited, as maybe you know from last time, because there's so much information that is all in Hebrew, Bivrit, and there's very little information of what's happening here in Juice Plus in English, right? And there's a whole transformation that's happening here in Israel and all around the world. And I'm very excited because we are building up something very strong in English here in Israel. And it's my opportunity with Boaz together. And we're going to help people know more about Juice Plus. What is it? What's so special about it? Okay. And um, and that's what we're going to do. Okay. So you see, that's why it's important to continue. You see, Boaz.
Yeah, true.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
So basically, okay, I just want your undivided attention, as I told you last time, okay, Elon, because some of the things that we're going to speak about could possibly change your life. It changed my life. Changed my life with respect to my nutrition, with my wife, with my children, with my immediate family, and with my financial situation. And it could possibly do it for you as well. So that's why I want your undivided attention. Okay. So, little introduction of myself. Okay. I'm Shlomo Nash or Steve Nash, not Steve Nash, the most valuable basketball player, the MVP in Canada, as well as you know, right? But I made the most valuable one here in Jerusalem with Jewish Plus. I've been with Jewish Plus myself about 7 years. Okay, about 7 years I'm with Jewish Plus. I'm a father. Okay, a father of 7 children, 6 grandchildren. Okay, I have my grandchildren here right now, so it's very special. That's why
Wow.
a little bit out of control here. But and basically, I like to tell my wife that I'm 28 years old. She doesn't believe me, right? But I feel like I'm 28, so I'm going to tell her that I'm 28. Okay, so I've been taking, as I mentioned, for about 7 years, and I work here as a tour guide, showing people around this unbelievable country, especially specializing in Jerusalem. Like, for example, you can go to, when you go to Jerusalem, you can go to what's called the City of David, Ir David, and you just go on top of the rooftops and you can look out and you see what it says in Psalms. It says that Jerusalem is surrounded by mountains and valleys, and God will surround his nation. Well, if you're looking over to the east, you see the Mount of Olives, which is called the Har Zaytim, and you see the Kidron Valley. And to the south, you can see the Armon Netziv and Ein Rogel. And to the west, you see Mount Zion and another valley called the Tyropian Valley. And to the north is the Temple Mount. And you can just feel what what you're talking about when you're singing in Psalms. And it's just pretty amazing because you're walking in the footsteps, Elon. You're walking in the footsteps of the Tanakh, of the Bible, when you come here to Jerusalem, to Israel, and touring here. So it was about 7 years ago. I used to be tired all the time. And my wife tells me one day she wants to change the food in the house and she wants me to have less sugars. Okay. Sugar is really not good. And it's very interesting because right now we're doing a detox. Okay. And there are many people who are doing this, and I'm not having any sugar. Okay. And not even coffee. We're trying to, trying to really, do a detox and to try and to get our body, healthier. Okay, so I'm involved with this right now. But she told me 70 years ago she wants to change the food in the house and have less sugars. And Elon, she wants me to change, and she wants me to take a certain supplement called the Juice Plus. Now, I was very skeptical. I didn't know what this was. Okay, but I gotta listen to my wife, right? So, Boaz, if you didn't understand anything, Elon, you forgot everything you learned today. Okay, one thing you do is you listen to your wife or your spouse. Okay, I listened to her. Okay, and after taking this for about, I'd say, 3.5 weeks or so, I started feeling more energy because I used to be tired all the time. Then, when everyone was sick in the winter, I wasn't getting sick as much. Then the grandmother, when she saw it was good for me, she bought it for herself and she got it free for one of my 7 children. And it started changing the whole health of my whole family. But I asked my wife, I said to my wife, I said, how do I know this really goes in the system? Right? There's so many kind of vitamins you can take. I don't know, Yolanda, if you take any kind of vitamins or maybe Ruthie, you just joined us. Anybody take any vitamins or any kind of supplements? How do you know it goes in the system? This is what I asked my wife 7 years ago. So she tells me, And that time she told me that there are more than 38 clinical studies showing the efficacy of this going in the body and doing good things. Today, it's more than 38. It's actually at 41 clinical studies from major universities all around the world, whether it's Brigham Young University in America or MD Anderson in Texas or University in California, in Florida, in Indiana, in Switzerland, in Sweden, in Germany. It's all around the world. Okay, it's all around the world in today in 30 countries, and it's just growing and growing. But then I still was a little bit skeptical till I saw my blood test of my wife. Now she was taking this, and she had a little bit high cholesterol, Elon, and she was getting close to being diagnosed for having diabetes. Now, after taking this consistently, she was able to level off those factors. I said, wow, if this can do it, okay, for me and my family, and start changing our health, all of a sudden I started exercising more. All of a sudden I started taking every day as a tour guide, taking between 6 or 7 fruits and vegetables, in addition to taking this Juice Plus supplement, right? So I said, wow, there's really a whole change that's happening here, okay? And I said, if it can do it for me and my family, it can do it for other families around the world as well. And that's what this company is doing, okay? They're inspiring healthy living all around the world in 30 countries around the world. Now, today, being a tour guide, as you know, Boaz, there's no tourism, there's no guiding. The hotels are pretty much closed, even though our Seger, right, where they closed us in, right, they are opening it up a little bit more, like hopefully now Israel's going to be opened up a little bit more. But still, the hotels are closed. There's no tourism. All the tourists are, they're not coming, right? They're afraid. And right now I would have no income. And I'm grateful to my wife because it was 7 years ago when she introduced me to this product, to this whole healthy living revolution, right? Making a small, simple change. And all of a sudden started changing a lot of things in my whole health, right? And today, when I don't have any income from the tourism, I'm able to help people, Elon, helping them getting healthier, and at the same time, helping myself financially, right? I have myself different customers that I've spoken to, right? And they're in California and in Florida and in Indiana, Virginia, in England. Okay. And these are customers that I had spoken to. And they just said to me, I just called them and spoke to them. They said, what are you doing? And, there's no tourism right now. What am I doing? And I just pretty much explained to them and told them, right? And then send them the information about it. And they said, wow, this could maybe something that could be, a good supplement for me and my health, for my family. Right. And what's amazing is that my children were getting it free. Okay. They're still getting it free. For 4 years, they're getting it free. And that's why this is an amazing company. That's why they call it the company with the heart, because they have an invested interest in helping our children, right? Our children, that's why I'm so passionate about the Just Plus, because I can be helping a family, but not only helping them, I can be helping their children. I can be helping generations and generations of families getting healthier, right? By introducing them to the Just Plus. Right? So that's why I'm very passionate about it. Okay. Now, we have to understand what is so unique about the Juice Plus, okay? What is so unique about it? What is so unique about this company, the Juice Plus? Well, first of all, the company, I want you to understand, the company's been around for 50 years, 50, okay? 50 years they are been around. They've been through very difficult financial situations, 2008 with the recession, and now as well, and they are thriving, right? Because people are realizing that you have to take a proactive approach, Elon, to our health, right? And because no one's going to do it for us. So this company's been around for 50 years, 50. I went to a couple of the conventions. I met some of the major players, so to speak, and the one who introduced Juice Plus to the world, Jay Martin. I met him. He's an amazing person, right? And it's really a company with a heart. It's amazing. Okay. Now, what is unique about this product, the Juice Plus? What is it? Okay. Well, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to understand, okay, that the Juice Plus doctors all around the world tell us that it's imperative for us, Elon, to eat between 7 and 13 servings of fruits and vegetables every single day. This is to help us against the infectious diseases. Okay. Now, as we know, there's so many difficult situations, a lot of infectious diseases, and doctors all around the world tell us this. It doesn't matter if they're in Israel, where we are right now, or I'm speaking to you from Jerusalem, or if they're in Switzerland or Sweden or Germany or Denmark or America, they all agree that it is imperative for us to eat between 7 and 13 servings of fruits and vegetables every single day to help us against the infectious diseases and to strengthen our immune system against all the free radicals. All of these, the free radicals are things that are causing problems to us at the cellular level, whether it's the Wi-Fi, whether it's the stress that we're under. Of course, in Jerusalem and in Israel, we don't have any stress. They have the stress in Switzerland, right? But but and all of this is affecting us at the cellular level. Also, our fruits and vegetables, ladies and gentlemen, they don't have the nutritional value that they had many, many years ago. Okay. So, what is so unique about the Juice Plus? So, this company realized the importance of having fruits and vegetables, and they realized that our bodies are about 70% water. Elon, if you could take all the water out of our bodies, you could put us in a box. Do you know that? In a box, really? Okay. With fruits and vegetables, they're about 90% water. If you extract and take out all the waters and almost all the sugars, right? Then what are you left with? You're left with the phytonutrients and antioxidants. And that's what they did. And they put it into a capsule, okay, into 3 different capsules. Okay. So I said to myself, what? Am I an astronaut? I'm an astronaut. Yes, I'm like an astronaut, but I don't care because it's something that's helping me and my family, right? And my immediate family and people all around the world. And it's a whole revolution that's happening, a healthy living revolution, right? From Israel for 30 countries around the world. And what's amazing is that I have some people that I have as customers in New York, and as I mentioned, and in California and Florida. And if they happen to know someone in Dubai, or they happen to know somebody in Mexico or in Romania, they can introduce them to the Juice Plus, okay? And and the person in Romania might decide to get it. And if they decide to get it, then you're helping them getting healthier. And at the same time, me in Israel, I'm going to be getting compensation from the company and helping me financially. And that's why it's amazing, right? It's amazing because I'm helping people getting healthier, inspiring healthy living around the world. And at the same time, I'm helping my family. And right today, as you know, Elon, the situation is so difficult, right? That with respect to the financial situation, everything's been closed. Pretty much so much of the work is being done over the internet today. It's a possibility of doing it from your phone, from the computer, and helping people getting healthier around the world. Okay. So basically, and the Juice Plus is basically, it's a combination. What they did is they took all the 30 different fruits, vegetables, and berries, as I mentioned, and it was all put into a capsule. Okay. And it's through a process they dry it out and then it's frozen. And what's amazing is that all of the nutrients stay inside. Now, how do you know this? How do you know this? Like I asked my wife 7 years ago, how do I know? Right? Well, there are clinical studies. As I mentioned, there are clinical studies, 41 clinical studies showing the efficacy of going to the body and doing good things, affecting at the cellular level, whether it's strengthening the immune system. And they have clinical scientific evidence showing this. And I happen to know people that it's helped as well with gum disease, right? They have clinical studies, scientific evidence showing it can help with gum disease. It can help with lung problems, with heart failure, with strengthening one's immune system. But once again, it's not a miracle type of drug. It's basically when we give our system, our body, right? When we give it the proper nutrition, what it needs, then it heals itself. And that's amazing what's happening because the body is healing itself and it's happening all around the world. And we can be a part of this. And that's why it's so special. Okay. So I'd like to hear from Boaz, okay, because I'm speaking to you as a tour guide, okay, and just telling you how it affected me and my family. and how I see it's so important to make a proactive approach with respect to health and with respect to our wealth, right? And how I'm also be able to help people all around the world getting healthier and helping myself financially. I'd like to hear from Boaz, because Boaz is a professional acupuncturist. He lives in the Golan Heights. I'm in Jerusalem. He's in the Golan Heights. And I'd like to know, Boaz, tell us, for example, how long ago were you introduced to the Juice Plus? And why did you decide? Like, what was it that you saw in this product, the Juice Plus, that caught your eye, and you introduced it to your family first, or your to your clients? Go ahead. I'd like to hear you.
So good evening, everybody. My name is Boaz. As Shlomo said, I am a licensed acupuncturist here in the Golan Heights in Israel. I've been practicing since 2006, and I was introduced to Juice Plus about almost 5 years ago. I was looking for something else besides acupuncture and herbs to administer to my patients, to kind of give them a more wholesome package. I had the acupuncture, I had the herbs, which is basically a medicine. It's like a drug, but it's natural, and you can't really take that long term. I was looking for something that will kind of give them a better, make a whole treatment plan, and then somebody introduced me to a person who works with the company, Taneta, and she's even here on the call, and that was just, it clicked immediately. It was really a no-brainer. This is concentrated food. This is basically high quality food. That's all. And when I treat people, I always look at their diet, what they eat and how they eat, and their eating habits. And in most instances, we have to change it. We have to go through their diet, change it, tell them what to eat, tell them how to eat. And sometimes that change is very difficult for people to accomplish afterwards. And what Juice Plus did, what the product did to me for my practice, is help me achieve the results that I want to achieve when it comes to people's diet, and which affected their healing process immediately, like in a very direct way.
Wow, really? Immediately it affected them?
Yes,
Wow.
it's amazing. The healing process is much faster when a person takes Juice Plus. Yeah.
So what is it? Like I said, a miracle drug? It's a miracle
So
pill.
like I said, it's food. What I'd like to do is maybe take you through a short presentation, and basically
Okay.
kind of summing up what Shlomo already did. I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to do this. Here we go. 1, 2. Can everybody see this?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I was introduced to the company, it was very surprising, because you see what I wrote down up here on the top, the next best thing to fruits and vegetables. What the company always stresses is this is not the company's product is not a substitute for eating, for actually eating. You're not starting to take Juice Plus and then you stop eating fruits and vegetables. You have to eat fruits and vegetables, but we have a gap, right? We're supposed to eat a certain amount of fruits and vegetables. We'll talk about that in a minute, but we don't reach that amount, the daily dose. And what Juice Plus comes to do is to bridge the gap. So it's the next best thing to actual fruits and vegetables, and it really, as I said, it really is amazing.
So it's like, this is the amount that we need to eat, and this is what we're eating, and Juice Plus is bridging that gap, right? That's what
yes.
yeah.
All right. One thing again is, this is, again, no, it's not a vitamin. It's not a multivitamin or multi-mineral. This is whole food. Like you said before, this is fruits and vegetables that were picked when they were harvested when they were fully ripe, no pesticides, and all the company did, all that was done to them is dehydration. Now, when you dehydrate fruits and vegetables, the first thing that comes out is sugars. That's just that's just biochemistry, just physics. The sugars are extracted first, and then the company extracted the fiber as well. And all we're left with is phytonutrients, antioxidants, everything that there is in actual fruits and vegetables. So this is a whole food product. This is not a multivitamin or just a mineral, and that
Right.
is a very
Well,
big difference. Okay.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
Now, we mentioned the question is, do we really eat enough fruits and vegetables? And doctors around the world, health institutes around the world recommend a daily dose between 7 and 13 servings a day for an adult. And a study that the University of Paderborn, I don't know how to pronounce this the name of the place in Germany, and this is again not a this is not a research that was done, a survey that was done in connection to Juice Plus. This is an independent survey, just checking, do people actually eat the recommended daily dose of fruits and vegetables? And they found that 87% of adults do not consume the recommended daily dose of fruits and vegetables. And when it comes to children, it's even worse. It's 96% of the children by the ages of 6 and 12 when they're growing. You know how much food is important. High quality food is important for children to grow properly. 96% of children by the age of 6 to 12 are not eating enough fruits and vegetables, and 70% of teens are not eating enough fruits and
Yeah,
vegetables. So this is
it's
a
terrible,
very
terrible.
big problem. Yeah, this is a big
And
problem.
for example, in
Okay, so we
America,
have,
it's an epidemic. It's an epidemic in America with
right,
the
fast
children.
food, right? Fast
Yeah,
food.
yeah,
And obesity is a big problem,
yeah.
right?
Hmm.
So we're not eating enough fruits and vegetables. There's another issue. It's not. This was not expressed in this study, but people, a lot of time people skip meals, and I see this a lot in my practice. People come in, they go through the intake form. I ask them about their diet, and and they and then they skip meals. You see that on a regular basis, as part of their daily diet, their habits, they don't eat breakfast or they skip lunch. So this is a big problem. Okay, so what Juice Plus again did is help us bridge the gap. We have four types of capsules, right? We have fruit capsule, a vegetable capsule, a berry capsule, and an omega fatty acid blend capsule. And this gives us, as you said, 30 different fruits, vegetables, and berries that are, if you look at what we have here, we have like, look at the vegetable department, we have like broccoli and beets, cabbage and kale, lemon peel, garlic. This is very basic stuff. This is food that you will find in your refrigerator. So that's one of the things that took me, that really made me pay attention. This is not some sort of exotic superfood. This is basic food. We need this food. We eat this food. We're supposed to consume this food in our diet daily. And the company, this product, is making sure we actually get it. So we have 30 different fruits, vegetables, and berries. We have in Israel, we don't have it yet, but overseas, we have a omega fatty acid blend, which is excellent. It works really well, and by taking two of each capsule every day, you make sure you get the minimal amount of fruits and vegetables into your body every day on a regular basis. Now look at these. I want you to look at the picture of these fruits and vegetables and berries. Just think about having this beautiful vegetable salad that you see here in the middle and a beautiful fruit salad that you see here on the left side every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
What is it going to do to us in our bodies? How is it going to
Yeah, if
affect
you put
us? Yeah.
this great food in your body every day, what is it going to do to you after a month,
Yeah.
after
It's not like you were
4 months?
saying, it's not an isolated vitamin. It's like a symphony or like a harmony,
Yes, this
right?
is an orchestra. This is a masterpiece. It's
Synergy of
not.
all of this coming
Yeah.
together in your system. Yeah.
Yeah, and when I started, you asked about my experience of this product. When I started taking Juice Plus, I had a martial arts school, and I was working out 4 to 5 days a week on my own and teaching 3 nights a week. I was eating fruits and vegetables, and I was taking a multivitamin and vitamin C and a B complex. I was taking all this stuff because I knew that I'm working out and my body needs extra help.
Mhm.
And then when I started taking Juice Plus, in about 2 weeks, I started feeling energized. I stopped taking naps at noon. And that's something that those multivitamins and vitamin C never accomplished. So obviously, from my own personal experience, I saw the difference. Okay?
Wow. Very good. Okay.
Now, um, we have a great study, a great independent study that the company does, and you mentioned that again, like when the company gives a free kit to a child, right? For every adult that purchases the capsules, a child, either a son or a child or a grandson, can receive a kit for free,
Mhm.
and that's amazing. And what we see that's happening to children that are taking those the Juice Plus products, the fruits and vegetable capsules, is just amazing. We see 60% less missing school days. We see kids taking less over-the-counter medicines, prescriptions. We see drinking more water. We see less visits to the doctor. We see kids that on their own accord, without anybody telling them to, they just don't want to consume any more fast food and soft drinks. We see kids that want to eat more fruits and vegetables. 61% of the kids after a year want to eat more fruits and vegetables without their parents, drilling it into their heads that they have to eat fruits and vegetables. They just want to. Their
Yeah.
body wants it, and
What's
that's
really amazing
amazing.
also was, is I just see, if you look in the little print, it says these results are based on 250,000 people study, right?
Right,
Today there are more than a million,
more than a
million
million.
and
Right.
a half, I believe, children all around the world, whether it's in Switzerland or Sweden or Denmark or
Mhm.
Germany or America and Israel, all around the world, children are getting it free. And today, this was a study on 250,000 people, but today
Yeah.
there are more than a
It's
million and a
even
half.
more, right? It's even more. Now, these families that get that free kit, they get in English-speaking countries, they get a questionnaire to fill out every 4 months. So the company has a track. They see how the children's health progresses with time, and that is amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
The other product that the company has, I mentioned that people skip meals. We have a delicious shake, which is non-GMO, low-fat, no cholesterol. Uh, all products, by the way, both the capsules and the shakes are vegan. No animal products, no dairy products, and what this shake does is gives us a balanced meal. You can make beautiful, yummy shakes. You have a few pictures here that I uh, that I added to the slide from our customer group,
Mhm.
and this is really fulfilling. The shakes have fiber in them, so when you eat it, when you consume a shake with a dose of this powder, you're getting a balanced meal. You're getting all the major food groups. You get carbs, you get protein, you get fat, and you get fiber, and then you
Mhm.
feel full. And you're not going to rush if you skip the meal, but you eat this. You're not going to rush into your kitchen in your office and grab some cookies or something. You're going to be full. You won't want to eat any junk food on
And
between those
this
two
is fast
meals.
food. This is fast
This
food,
is
and it's a
fast, healthy food.
substitute meal that
Yeah,
is healthy. Yeah.
yeah. If you take it on the road and you just add it to some liquid and shake it in a cup in a shaker, it takes 30 seconds to prepare, and you
Yeah.
got a full meal that's healthy and keeps you full. And
Yeah.
if you do it in the house and you use a blender and you can throw in fruits, vegetables, greens, it takes five
Delicious.
minutes,
It's
five
delicious.
minutes max, including cleaning. Now I want to point your attention to the NSF certificate at the bottom. NSF is a certificate that assures athletes that what's on the label is actually what's in the product, which means they can take it and not to worry about blood tests before competitions. So this is only one of the certificates that the company has for these products. So it's really amazing.
Yeah. It's very true.
Again, the shake is plant-based protein, both from legumes and from the grain. Um, Vegan, fiber, no dairy, no gluten, gluten-free. It's really amazing. It's great for athletes right after they finish their workout. It's great for people that want to lose weight. It's great for people that are underweight and want to gain weight, but in a healthy way. They don't want to gain fat. They want to gain weight in a healthy way. So this is something that they can add as a dessert, and and they can gain weight gradually. Speaking of desserts, you can make from this shake great stuff. You can make cakes, pancakes,
Right.
ice
Pancakes.
cream,
Hmm.
popsicles. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So kids love this. You can trick your kids into eating healthy without them noticing. So this is something wonderful.
Yeah. So
And
it's
you
like
mentioned the research, right? We have over 40 clinical research, and what's important about the research is that these research are third party sourced, meaning the research is independently done by those hospitals, universities, and medical centers, and those institutions own the research and the results, which means they can publish them even if those results are not favorable. And it just turns out, happens to be that the results never were unfavorable. They're always good results. And when it comes to the standard of research, this is what we call gold standard. It's
yeah.
a placebo-controlled, double-blinded, which means that the the consumer and the doctor don't know who gets what, the placebo or the real thing. It's done really well, and the research shows, like you mentioned, that this affects dental health, the immune system, skin health. This is amazing. With me, it was just my energy and fatigue. For my wife, it was skin issues, right? And we couldn't explain it until we saw the research, right? My wife had eczema for 11 years, and nothing helped. She changed her diet. We tried acupuncture. We tried other systems of alternative medicine. Nothing helped. And then she started taking Juice Plus, and after a month and a half, her eczema was gone from her hands,
Wow.
and she got
Right.
smooth skin now, and it was just amazing. But later on, I saw the research about the health, about skin health, and we saw that what the research showed is that the Juice Plus capsules, uh, contribute to the nourishment of the skin 40% more than without it. So there isn't a logical explanation to what happened, and that's amazing. So
Wow.
blood vessels, a lot of people that start taking Juice Plus, they get their blood works are improved. Their high blood pressure drops, cholesterol drops, like you said, and we know that taking the capsules protects our DNA when our cells multiply. So that's amazing. And the great part about it that it's not expensive, right? A daily dose of Juice Plus is about $2.50 a day, 11 shekels if it's in Israel, and a serving of the shakes is again $2.50 a day, so a serving. So it's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah,
Amazing.
and
Yeah.
that's where we're just here to help people with their health.
Wow. Wow. That was really very special. Yeah. Just to realize that we could be a part of this whole thing. And it's happening, it's happening here in Israel, but it's happening all around the world. That's why it's amazing,
That's
because
amazing.
they just opened up the countries of Romania, Dubai, okay, Romania, and Mexico, okay, and I think Peru is on the way.
Portugal.
Portugal,
Portugal's on the way, and the Czech Republic is on the way.
yeah,
It's
and the
just
Czech
amazing.
Republic, yeah.
Yeah,
So we can be a part of this and just to this, as you mentioned, also with respect to sports and the Olympics. The Olympics themselves, they use right Just Plus because they
yeah,
see it can improve them. It can improve them with respect to their sports. And as you were mentioning also that it also has the Swiss Medic and it has the highest standards, right? So realizing if you're taking 30 different fruits, vegetables, and berries, right? That's without the omega blend, which we don't have here in Israel, right? But Elon, the 30 different fruits, vegetables, and berries, it's going to come into your system every day, right? And together, that's the micronutrients and the macronutrients, which we need. Proteins. Proteins are so important for our bodies as well, right? Many people who want to diet, protein is so important. Okay, and that's why so many people are taking the Juice Plus Complete, as you were showing us.
Mhm.
It can help them with respect to losing weight because it's
Yeah,
like making a small change, ladies and gentlemen. You're making a small change in your health, and all of a sudden you see different changes. You can see possibly weight loss. You can see possibly drinking more water. My wife never used to, boy, she never drank water. She was drinking, all kinds of juices. All of a sudden she starts drinking water. All of a sudden I start taking fruits and vegetables to work with me every single day, in addition to the Just Plus, because once your system gets something good, gets the proper nutrition, it wants more of it. Okay. And what I'm so passionate about is knowing what's called the CHS, the Children's Health Study that you mentioned, because our children today, they're our future. And if they are, so many children today, especially in America, they're getting all kinds of infectious diseases. They're getting diabetes at such young ages. They can be 13 and 15 and 18 and getting, infectious diseases and diabetes and all kinds of difficulties. And if we can be a part of this to help them getting healthier, right, and help their generations, it's something very special to take a proactive approach, as I mentioned, with respect to our health and with respect to our wealth, because no one's going to take care of us. Okay. So it's
that's
just,
true.
yeah,
If we don't uh, take an active measure for our health, if we just try to stay in the same spot, we're going to move back.
yeah,
We're going to deteriorate our health. We have to take a proactive step. We have to, as everybody knows, we have to exercise, but we also have to drink water, and we also have to consume the right foods, the high quality and and variety of fruits and vegetables, and make
yeah,
sure we're having a daily dose of protein as well, and that's so important for our health.
yeah, 100%. And also with respect to pregnancy, okay, I
Oh
know that
yeah,
there are many clinical studies, scientific studies showing with respect to pregnancy how it can help, right? And I know firsthand, I know from my daughters, they took the Juice Plus, and I know what their pregnancy was before they took it and after, and it was a better, easier pregnancy. They had more energy, and my wife knows other women as well that she spoke to. I don't know, maybe you can tell us, did you also have any kind of experience with this with your family, with your
yeah.
wife?
Our youngest child, she's 3 now. She was actually our first child that was a Juice Plus child from from the womb. My wife was taking the capsules on a regular basis, and we got pregnant, and and that was the year when she was studying for her master's. So
Wow.
they were studying. We live the Golan Heights, for people who don't know, is in the northern part, is the most northern part of Israel, and they were studying about the 2.5 to 3 hour drive in the center of the country, in a college in the center of the country. They would
Wow.
carpool together, and every Sunday she would get up at 5 a.m. They would pick her up. They would drive to that college, study the whole day. It was just 1 day a week, so everything was cramped up to 1 day. We study the whole day, and then I'll drive back. And she would get back at about 10:30 p.m. And I could hear when she would call me to pick her up from where they would put her off, I could hear how everybody is half sleeping in the car, and she's full of energy. She would get back home, she would have the energy to talk to me. We would take a walk, and it was just amazing. The pregnancy went very well. The birth went very well, and the delivery went very well, and the child is healthy. So we had a great experience. Now she also mentioned that whenever she takes Juice Plus, her milk when she nurses, her milk is thicker, and the baby is less hungry, becomes hungry in longer intervals. So that's also
Wow.
a very amazing thing. Now
Yeah,
that
very
was my
special.
wife, right? But in my practice, I see a lot of women that I have a family practice and my field is pediatrics. I see a lot of women that just gave birth, and one of the biggest struggles is eating. They have maybe a few other kids in the house and they have the baby and they have to manage a household. And obviously, most of the time, the husband is working. Maybe not now in Corona, but usually the husband is working. They're alone in the house. They have the kids, they have the baby, and they kind of get lost between all the chores and they don't eat. And I have a few patients that told me that the Juice Plus Complete is just a lifesaver. It gives them the ability to make a quick meal in the morning, and they know that they check off one meal at least that they had in the beginning of the day, and they're not hungry. They can actually be active in the household and do their chores and take care of the kids and take care
That's
of the
great.
baby and
That's
take care of
amazing.
themselves. It's just amazing.
Yeah, that's amazing. Wow. So it's really special. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned in the very beginning, thank you so much, Boaz, for telling us about how your experience and sharing with us on a scientific level of how things are affecting us. And so, ladies and gentlemen, if you, first of all, we're continuing with the English Zooms every week, okay, on Sundays. And if you know some other people, let them know about it. The person introduced you to the Zoom. Speak to them if you'd like to know more about it, or you can speak to us as well. And I hope that you were able to see a little bit of what's happening with this unbelievable transformation that's happening here in Israel and all around the world. I'll just close with one very special quote that I really. There's a motivational speaker that I really, really enjoyed listening to. His name is Les Brown. He came from a very, very difficult situation. He was born in an abandoned building, and he was considered the most foolish, the dumbest of all the children. And he changed his life, and he became a motivational speaker and making millions of dollars and affecting people all around the world. And one thing he says that really sticks with me is he says, if you shoot for the moon, ladies and gentlemen, even if you miss, you'll land amongst the stars. This company is shooting for the moon, right? They're right now in 30 countries. They're growing, as we mentioned. They're going to Czech Republic and Portugal, and they're just continuing and continuing. And we can all be a part of this, and that's why it's so special, right? To be able to help families, help children getting healthier all around the world, right? We're going to shoot for the moon. Even if we miss, Boaz, we're going to land amongst the stars, all stars. So I hope you
You
were
bet.
able to get some value from our Zoom here. If you'd like to know more, let us know. And have a wonderful evening.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Take care. Thanks so much. Bye bye.